the high priest went into the most holy place once a year with the blood of an animal and put it on the Ark of the Covenant between the two cherubims, and God's Shekinah glory came down and his forgiveness. But the high priest had a certain garment he had to wear. He had to wear the one made with white linen underneath, and then over the top was another one that was blue, and then on top of that was another one that had a gold background and red and purple and blue woven through it. And so that was all a picture. The blue was of heaven, and the red was of the blood of Christ would be shed, and the purple would be when he'd be King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And then he wore a hat, and the hat had a band around it that said Holiness unto the Lord. And then he had and the robe had bells around the bottom with pomegranate in between each bell. And then when he would be in there putting that blood on the mercy seat was the lid of the Ark of the Covenant. And when he'd be putting the blood on the mercy seat and forgiving, praying for the people's sins, that bells would be shaking. They don't want to shake now, but they would be shaking. And the priests in the other room, the holy place, would hear the bells shaking. He knew he was still alive, because if he did anything wrong, he could have been dropped dead. But they knew that he was still alive when they heard those bells tingling. And this was all to represent Jesus. But again, he was the only one that could go in there once a year. That was Aaron, was the high priest. The breastplate, that was made of jewels. That represented the 12 tribes of Israel. There's 12 stones on that breastplate, and there was also a gold stone on either shoulder. But this was showing the 12 tribes of Israel. So much of this is mentioned about the 12 tribes of Israel, because that was very important. And so this was really the way Jesus would take our place. And we're so glad we don't have to go through a high priest anymore. We can go directly to Jesus, since he died on the cross, and the veil between the holy place and the most holy place was torn from top to bottom. We're free to come directly to Jesus and to God. We don't have to have a high priest do it for us.